Mastering Boundaries with Narcissists, Your Peace Matters. Hello everyone and welcome. I'm Glory, and today we're diving into a topic that resonates deeply with many of you: setting boundaries with individuals who exhibit narcissistic traits. Have you ever felt drained, manipulated, or perpetually confused in a relationship? These feelings are often red flags of a narcissistic dynamic. It's a space where your sense of self can get eroded and your well-being takes a significant hit. Dealing with narcissism isn't just about understanding a personality type. It's about recognizing damaging behavior patterns. These individuals often operate from a place of entitlement and lack empathy, making traditional relationship rules almost impossible to apply. You might feel like you're constantly walking on eggshells, second-guessing your reality, or fighting battles that seem to have no resolution. This isn't your fault, and you're certainly not alone in this experience. Many people find themselves caught in these cycles, feeling isolated and unsure of how to break free or protect themselves. In this video, my goal is to guide you through the process of establishing and maintaining firm, healthy boundaries with narcissistic individuals. This isn't about changing them, because that's a monumental task you're not responsible for. Instead, this is about empowering you with the tools and mindset to protect your peace, reclaim your energy, and safeguard your well-being. It's about creating a space where you can thrive, even in the face of such challenging interpersonal dynamics. So if you're ready to take that crucial step towards a more peaceful existence, let's get started. Understanding the narcissistic landscape, why boundaries are so crucial. Before we talk about setting boundaries, it's critical to understand the landscape when dealing with a narcissist. Narcissistic individuals thrive on control and admiration. Their sense of self is inflated yet fragile, requiring constant external validation. They often view others as extensions of themselves or tools to meet their own desires. They will frequently cross boundaries without remorse or awareness. To them, your boundaries might seem like an inconvenience or a direct challenge to their control. Understanding their tactics is step one in this process. These aren't random acts of unkindness. They are part of a predictable, destructive pattern. Recognize the insidious ways they might try to manipulate you: guilt-tripping, love-bombing, devaluation, or the silent treatment. Other common tactics include gaslighting and projection. These behaviors are strategic, aimed at keeping you destabilized and under their influence. Once you see these behaviors as predictable manifestations of a narcissistic pattern, something powerful shifts within you. You start to depersonalize their actions, understanding it's more about their internal world. This recognition is the foundational step toward reclaiming your power. It allows you to move from reactive confusion to informed awareness. From this vantage point, you can strategize how to protect yourself effectively. This isn't about diagnosing anyone, but about recognizing harmful behavioral patterns. Understanding these patterns helps you protect your peace and well-being. Let's move forward with this knowledge as our foundation. Defining your non-negotiables. Knowing your limits intimately. Now that we understand the narcissistic dynamic, the next step is to define your own limits. This requires honesty and self-reflection. Ask yourself, what specific behaviors are you no longer willing to accept? What actions or words consistently leave you feeling disrespected or exhausted? Think about past incidents where your boundaries were violated and identify the specific actions that caused that feeling. This isn't about creating a list of grievances, but identifying recurring patterns detrimental to your well-being. Write these limits down. There's power in translating these feelings into concrete, written statements. Be specific. Vague boundaries are easily misinterpreted or ignored. For instance, instead of saying, "I don't want to be disrespected," try, "I will not continue a conversation if there is yelling or name-calling." Or, "I will not respond to text messages or calls after 10 p.m. unless it is a genuine emergency." Other examples could include, "I will not discuss my personal finances," or "I will not accept unsolicited advice about my parenting choices." These clearly defined limits become your non-negotiables. They are the lines in the sand to protect your emotional and mental space. Think of them as your personal bill of rights. This isn't about being rigid, it's about self-preservation and self-respect. Acknowledge that your needs and feelings are valid and deserve to be protected. This list isn't meant to be shown to the narcissist. It's for you. It's your internal compass, guiding your responses and actions. Knowing these limits intimately gives you a solid foundation for boundary enforcement. Chapter 3. Articulating your boundaries. The art of clear and calm communication. Once you have a firm grasp on your non-negotiables, the next challenge is communicating these boundaries. This is often where many people falter due to fear of conflict or not knowing how to express them effectively. The key is to state your boundaries clearly, calmly, and concisely. You want to be direct without being aggressive, and firm without being hostile. The goal is to communicate your limit, not to engage in an argument or power struggle. When you communicate a boundary, use I statements. For example, instead of saying "you always yell at me and you need to stop," try "I feel overwhelmed when voices are raised, so if the yelling continues I will need to end this conversation." Or, "I need to protect my time in the evenings so I won't be available for calls after 9 p.m. This formula is powerful because it keeps the focus on your experience and actions. You do not need to over-explain, justify, or apologize for your boundaries. Narcissistic individuals often turn your explanations against you. A simple, direct statement is usually the most effective. "I am not going to discuss that topic with you, full stop," or "I need you to speak to me respectfully. If that's not possible right now, we can talk another time." Your boundary is valid simply because it is yours. You don't owe anyone an elaborate defense of your right to feel safe and respected. Keep it brief, clear, and about your limit and intended action. This approach helps maintain your peace and clarity. Stay firm and protect your peace. Chapter 5. The power of consistent enforcement actions speak louder than words. Communicating your boundaries is one thing. Enforcing them is where the real work happens. If your boundaries are ignored or violated, you must be prepared to take action. Words alone are often insufficient. Narcissists learn from consequences, or the lack thereof. If there are no tangible consequences, they will quickly learn that your words are empty. Your actions are the ultimate statement that you are serious about protecting your space. Follow through on the consequence you outlined when you set the boundary. If you said, "I will end this conversation if you continue to raise your voice," and the yelling persists, you must calmly disengage. This could mean physically leaving the room, hanging up the phone, or ending the text exchange. If your boundary was about not discussing certain topics and they bring it up, you might say, "As I've said, I'm not discussing that," and then change the subject or end the interaction. Align your actions with your stated limits, consistently, and without apology. Sometimes enforcing boundaries might require more significant actions. This could mean limiting contact with the person or choosing to interact only in group settings. In more extreme cases, you might need to consider significantly distancing yourself or even cutting ties completely. This is a deeply personal choice, but remember, your peace and mental health are worth it. Your actions teach people how to treat you, and consistent enforcement is the most powerful teacher. Outro: reclaiming your peace. A journey, not a destination. Setting boundaries with a narcissist isn't a simple one-time fix. It's a courageous and ongoing process that requires patience and persistence. There will be challenges and moments of doubt, but it is possible to create more peace and safety for yourself. Every step you take is a step toward healing and reclaiming your power. You are not responsible for the narcissist's behavior or their reactions to your boundaries. Your responsibility is to yourself, to honor your needs and protect your energy. This journey is about self-compassion as much as it is about strategy. Be kind to yourself and celebrate every victory. This work can transform your relationship with yourself. If you found this video helpful, please consider liking and sharing it. And don't forget to subscribe for more empowering content and support. Your peace matters profoundly, and you deserve to protect it. Thank you for joining me today. I look forward to connecting with you again soon.